Being on this particular platform is one of the biggest achievement of mine in 2024. Being a TEDx speaker, I know you all are aware what value it plays to all of us. So, good morning to all of one, my fellow friends, speakers, and the audience. I am Dr. Saurabh Maheshwari. I am an educationalist by profession, international trainer by passion, and an accidental author. I've been, in last around 15 years of my journey, being passionate about spreading technological awareness, cybersecurity related awareness, and a lot of other technical domains to my audience. And my forte is to teach the technology in the simplest terminologies which anybody can actually understand. In that particular domain, I still believe that there are certain achievements of mine which I have taken, which is like ma'am has already mentioned. I've trained somewhere around 15,000 plus financial professionals to be equipped with right technological tools and skills to be there in the market. Got National Award for National Skill Development Corporation for my extraordinary work for career counseling and student mentoring. Apart from that, I have authored around 5 books as of now. All are on technology. And 2 of them are the course book in ICSE board schools. Apart from that, got a privilege to work with Niti Aayog as well for startup mentoring. And I have sold out one of my company which was based on Indian Vedas. Yes, let me tell you, friends, I still believe that every one of us has a strong potential to be a successful entrepreneur, to be a successful individual in our life. And there are only 3 things which are required to be that. 2 of them is your theme, that is roots and wings, and 1 is mindset. We all need to understand that having a positive mindset and having a mindset which is actually inclined towards achieving heights in our career is very important. But saying so, I would like to narrate a small story so that you can actually correlate that how mindset plays a very important role. During my earlier professional days, I was working with a big bureaucrat. And you know, bureaucrats are like very particular in their own fields. So he has given me a project to work on, and we are collectively working on that. I have put up my best effort to articulate that entire project. The sir came to me and says that, Saurabh, think out of the box. This is something very conventional. I redo the entire work altogether again, devoting another week's time for that. Whatever best I can do in the second attempt. Again, my sir said, Saurabh, think out of the box, because this is very conventional. A deep thought came into my mind that, boss, I cannot think out of the box until unless I am actually out of the box. The question is, who put me in the box? And let me tell you all of you that we all are in some sort of boxes by default. And the boxes has 4 boundaries, and I'll tell you what 4 boundaries are all about. Thinking out of the box, being inside the box is practically impossible. So we have to come out of the box for that. So what is that? Our box is of 4 boundaries. The 1 boundary is built up by our family. The people around us who have actually created a hindrance in our vision, in our thought process, are our family members. Maybe because doctor hai, doctor ke bete ko doctor banna hai, lawyer ke bete ko lawyer banna hai. Fine, these are the static boundaries which all of us have seen from our childhood days. The second boundary is created by our teachers. The teachers create a boundary because teacher has a uniform mindset to discuss a few aspects. And obviously, within that boundaries, we as a students are bound to think on those guidelines only, not go beyond that. The third boundary is created by our society members. And the 4th one we create for ourselves, and then we come inside the box. Now, being inside the box, is it practically possible to think outside the box? No. So I believe, let's move outside the box. Let's break some of the boundaries which are the most weaker boundaries and be outside the box so that you are by default thinking beyond your expected limitations, beyond the limitations which are set by societies and people around you. So my simple take and a submission line out here is to don't think out of the box, come out of the box. The second parameter which is important for all of us to success is grounded to our roots. I'll ask certain specific questions with you all before I'll move. One is, how many of you believe that strong roots builds deep foundation? How many of you believe that strong roots provides better stability? And strong roots support us in reaching high. If you are sing to me, trust me, it's our values, it's our culture, and our ethics which are keeping us grounded. And that is very important to reach the heights. Now, I have certain specific things for you to discuss on that. We, as an Indian civilization, are the most scientifically, logically, and fabulously amazing history, which is being supported by awesome documents and evidences as well. And those evidences and documents are not only spoken in words, those are documented in certain well-defined and well-known documents like we have 4 Vedas, which have authored around 8,000 years ago, that are the basis for our foundation. Then we have 108 Upanishads, which were written by around 2,800 years old. And then we have 2 static documentations which we all have in our houses, which is like Ramayana and Mahabharata, which is more than 2,400 years old. And all these documents are actually the basis of our foundation on which we are standing. I believe that having strong roots is very important for all of us to sustain, grow, and nurture in future. I have few more evidences for you to tell that how scientific these documents are. Rig Veda, which is the oldest Veda, has put up the value of pi to 32 decimal places. Don't you expect anything beyond that with a calculator and a computer thereafter? Then comes the first encryption-decryption methodology. All of us knows that today's scenario, technology needs security. The word first encryption-decryption concept was conceptualized in our Vedas, which was like Katapayadi system of numbers. It is almost 1,000 years ago, whereas computers have come up just 100 years back. Then we have something which is outstanding documentation called Rama Krishna Viloka Kavyam. This is the only palindrome poem in the world, which is 30 stanzas. If you read it from top to bottom, it is telling you about Lord Rama or Ramayana. And if you read it from bottom to top, that is in reverse manner, it tells you about Mahabharata or Lord Krishna. That's an outstanding documentation in such a manner which is palindrome, and I'm sure you are aware about the word called palindrome. Fine, so these rare documents are what is making us outstanding. Then comes Stone Age related part. Let me tell you guys, almost all of us knows that around 5,000 years ago, the world was about to end from Stone Age era. And that was the time when we as an Indian have crafted one of the finest sculptures in the world. Fine, and Padmanabha Swami temple and your Mangala Asthma temple is actually an example for that. Right? Now comes the third part of it, which is the technology, the wings. Today, wings means the technology which we all have or which we all can actually imbibe in us. I'm sure you believe that 75% of the jobs are going to be eliminated in next 10 years. I'm again sure that robo-advisors are going to take call center jobs. IBM Watson-like platforms are going to eliminate doctors, lawyers, and CS-related profession. And the story is much bigger than that. So what needs to be done? You have to understand and imbibe technology into your career, into your profession, and for which there are 5 specific parameters which almost all of us have to take. That is what: develop technology, implement technology, train the technology, secure the technology, and make sure you are connected to the compliances part for it. So for me, there are 3 specific points which I have just tried to put in for you all. It's like technology will be more impactful. Will be more impactful if we are able to change the life of 25% of the population which is either physically or mentally weak by the usage of technology. We need to make sure that digital transformation should be sustained. That is, we should include some sort of security aspects into that. And the last is that technology should be an integral part of almost all profession. Reason being, today we are version 1 of ourselves. With technology acceptance, we have to be version 2 of ourselves, and then only we'll be able to sustain in this particular dynamic world. Just to tell you, last thing from my session is that we all have a limited life. It's hardly like 27,000 days. Mark my words, it's not that big enough. We all have to understand utilizing these 27,000 days in a very specific manner is precise for all of us to make an impact in the society and make sure we are leaving this earth with a legacy into that. So make sure that we all are aligned to this, and thank you very much for giving me this particular platform for interacting with you all. Thank you.